If you're trying to push the envelope, if you're trying to be innovative and build new value and create new things, you're doomed to fail. If you don't fail, you're not pushing hard enough. If you don't fail, you're not necessarily creating something new. There's always friction that goes against you, and you have to push through the pain. Now, it's not if you fail, it's how you get up. It's what you deal with it. It's if you're prepared for failure. For example, I say that you have to be nervous. Being nervous is good. People say, well, why is being nervous good? It's good because you realize that what you're about to do is important. If you're not nervous, that means that you're not pushing yourself. You're not pushing what you're going to deliver. You're not enhancing where you are or where you're going. And obviously, when you're nervous of failure. You're nervous that it may not go well. Now, have I done that? Failed? Oh, a number of times. I've had ventures that did not work. I've had employees that I have regretted that they left me because I was a bad manager or leader at that point. I've had many situations in terms of product development, bad decisions that has not worked. But the key thing is, what do you do post a failure? So a failure is only a failure if you do not learn from it. So let me put this in your AI context. If an AI machine is based on learning, it's based on machine learning. That is, it looks at the past and it drives something into the future, right? So it's a series of learning of activities. So if it doesn't learn, an AI machine has no intelligence because it's not artificial or unartificial intelligence. The same concept applies to you and I, particularly entrepreneurs, because we're trying to push the envelope. So a failure is when we do not learn from that experience. And when we learn from that experience, we're able to deliver a better decision the next time. And so that's maybe the built-in machine learning process that we as an entrepreneurs or individuals.
For my little experience in large corporates, but what I've seen is that not making a mistake is probably the biggest goal of the majority of people I've been interacting with.
Failure is not necessarily accepted, and failure is part of experimentation. So that's a psychological thing. How do we get over it? I don't know. In some companies you have more of a culture that does that. Netflix maybe one, Amazon maybe one, Google maybe one. Some of the new generation of companies may have more tolerance against experimentation and failure. But in big corporate America, still failure is toxic.